Fascinating stuff here. 1 Samuel 17, 4-7. Then a champion came out from the armies of the Philistines named Goliath from Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span. He had a bronze helmet on his head, and he was clothed with scale armor, which weighed 5,000 shekels of bronze. He also had bronze greaves on his legs and a bronze javelin slung between his shoulders. The shaft of his spear was like a weaver's beam, pretty big, and the head of his spear weighed 600 shekels of iron. His shield carrier also walked before him. So David and Goliath, right? David slew him, but we get some interesting measurements, some fun facts and details about this guy.
So the cubit is said to be the length from your elbow to the end of your middle finger. It's about 18 inches. A span is the span of your hands, about 9 inches. This would mean Goliath was 9 feet, 9 inches. Other scholars believe the cubit is estimated to be close to 21 inches, making Goliath 11 feet, 3 inches. The Masoretic text has 6 cubits and a span, while the oldest manuscripts, namely the Dead Sea Scrolls, the writings of Josephus, and the major Septuagint manuscripts, all give Goliath's height as 4 cubits and a span. So that's 6'9" to 7'9".
In there, yeah. Either way, quite a bit bigger than the average man for sure.
Right. The strength would be greatly increased too. So this isn't the idea of just gigantism, right? So this means your proportion and your joints and ligaments have grown to be able to support this weight, and you move like a normal man. That's why, I don't know if you have this or not, but that testimony from what's it, Coyote Wild Bill or whatever his name is, talks about the 18-foot giant who's picking up a buffalo, and he moved like a normal man. Right. It was not like you're seeing someone today that's 8'4", like the tallest guy in the world, and he's got these weird movements because his joints aren't properly formed. No, we're talking about dudes that were fully normal. Their muscles, fibers, or tendons, everything in them is formed to support this weight. And so they can move in terrifyingly fast ways, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. We see the reports saying that they were equally proportioned for their height. All their limbs and everything were adequately sized. However, this Goliath guy, I think there's some more information just to give an idea of his strength and size on the next slide. Goliath's armor weighed 5,000 shekels of bronze, it said. And so 1 shekel of bronze weighs about 0.39 ounces by modern scholarship, speculation, and understanding. And so this would mean Goliath's armor weighed about 122 pounds. And the head of his spear weighed about 15 pounds. Just the head of his spear, and the whole spear is like a weaver's beam. So if you Google a weaver's beam, you're looking at a spear looking thing that's like 10 feet long at least.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it reminds me of like military rucksacks, where they have to carry 50 pounds on their back for hiking, and that's something they build up to because it's so arduous on the body. But this dude's just carrying around 150 pounds worth of armor and metal, like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So this would lend to the idea, like, because on the low end of the cubit there, even in the Septuagint text, concluded the idea of maybe about 6'9". I think you'd have to be taller than that to be wearing this heavy of armor.
I think so.
11 foot sounds more close to it.
Yeah.
So some textual variances there, but Testament of Judah 3:7. Jacob, my father, Judah says, slew Beelzeth, king of all the kings, a giant in strength, and he was 12 cubits high. 12 cubits on the low end. If we do 12 times what they said, 18
inches, yeah.
18, we're talking 216 inches in feet is looking at 18 feet tall.
Yeah,
on the
3
low
times
end.
the size of a normal man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good picture that you paired with this verse because, and this is Jacob, guys. So, the one that people thought was just a tent-dwelling hill grabber. No. Read Jubilees. Jacob was a man of war. Jacob was feared. Jacob was nobody to be trifled with. You don't raise sons like Simeon and Levi and Judah if you're a pansy of a father. I promise you, Jacob was a man of men. And so this is, it's no mystery that he would be able to take on giants just as other great men of the patriarchs did also.
Right. Yep. The namesake of Israel. They continue to get a little smaller throughout the time. We see even Jubilees attest to how they were different sized after the flood. Even what does it say in 29:9?
Before they used to call the land of Gilead the land of the Rephaim, for it was the land of the Rephaim. And the Rephaim were born there, giants whose height was 10, 9, 8, down to 7 cubits.
Okay. So we got a picture here of Og, king of Bashan, Deuteronomy 3:11, around 1400 BC. He's estimated to be around 12 feet. 1577 AD, under an overturned oak tree in the canton of Lucerne, there's a 19-foot 6-inch skeleton found. 1456 AD in France, beside a river in Valence, 23-foot skeleton was allegedly discovered. 25-foot 6 inches skeleton found in 1613 AD in France near the castle of Chaumont. Nearly a complete skeleton, they say. And in 650 BC to 640 AD, somewhere estimated in that time period, Carthaginians uncovered two this size. An earthquake in Cimmerian Bosphorus uncovered one more that was allegedly 36 feet tall. Like we said, Achilles was said to be.
It's a imposing thing. That would be an imposing thing to see coming at you.
Yeah. So giants whose height down 10, 9, 8 down to 7 cubits. We're talking 17, 15, 14 down to 10 feet with these post-floodies.
So what's interesting to me is this word Rephaim, because it translates as like, well, at least last time I looked it up, a mixture of terrible, I think either horrible or terrible ones, but also in reference to spirits of the dead. So I think it's interesting though, because you had the star god, which the Septuagint, it depending on the translation. Yeah, you go, well, it's Rimfam by some translations. Other ones called it Rifan. And so there's no M before the PH. It's just Rephan. And then, so there's still the core root word of Repha, as opposed to like in the Hebrew, this word we're looking at on the screen here, the Rephaim is a plural of Repha.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like, it makes you wonder, because Rifan was also called Kion in other translations. Kaiwan, he is the Assyrian star god. He literally is a. I'm going to be talking about him tomorrow night in my 42 series. He's basically a version of Satan. He's a version of Ra.
Yeah. Okay.
So it would be interesting if these giants are named after that god and that concept.
Good stuff. More testimony of their heights. We got Deuteronomy 3:11. For only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the remnant of the giants. Indeed, his bedstead was an iron bedstead. 9 cubits is its length, and 4 cubits its width, according to the standard cubit. So I've done the math already on this one to where if it's anywhere between 18 to 21 inches, we're talking 6 to 7 feet wide, and 13 feet 5 inches to 15 feet 9 inches long. That's you've heard of a California king. This is like a Nephilim king.
It'd be massive. Definitely have to be made of iron.